All right, folks, welcome to Hunting the Rut Hotline. We're live. It's Thursday night at 7 o'clock. Folks, it's been a week. It's Thursday night. We want you to get on the phone, email people, Facebook them, let them know we're live. This is Hunting the Rut Hotline with Don Bell. You have questions. We're going to have some answers tonight. And, folks, we got a full show. We got them calling in from literally all over the country. We're going to try to get to some Facebook questions. And I wanted to introduce this gentleman sitting here to my right. This is Steve Burklow. Steve, where are you from?
I'm from Pace, Florida.
Big Pace, Florida. You're going to see and hear a lot from Steve, and we're doing something a little different tonight. Instead of having one ugly guy, we're going to have one ugly. So we're going to have two ugly guys. We're going to have us two bookends here tonight. So listen, we want you to stay tuned. We're going to come back in just a moment. We got a full show. Get on the phone, call the people, and let them know, hey, Hunting the Rut Hotline is live. It's on. We're looking forward to talk to you tonight. We'll be back in just one moment, and we're going to kick this bad boy off.
Rise and shine. It's time to hunt.
Okay, folks, we're back. We're live. And, folks, what we want to do tonight, it is, what is today?
Today is the
November
13th.
It is absolutely prime time, peak of the rut in the Midwest. Actually, Steve and I just come back. Where did we come back from?
Performance Outdoors in McDonough County.
McDonough County, just north of, I guess it's north of Pike County.
Yeah, just north
and
of.
Last week we were there, and at the kind of, it was, if you guys are up there, you know, the wind blew, and it blew. But the peak of the rut historically is, you know, the 7th to the 15th. So you guys up there in the Midwest tonight, as you're listening to this, it's live. You're having to deal with the rain and the wind and that snow front coming through. So if any of you are up there in that snow tonight, call us. Let us know how that's affecting the animals where you are as far as bucks running does. So tonight what we're going to do, we're going to talk about hunting the rut with your questions, but understanding that we're right dead smack in the peak of the rut up there, Steve. It's prime, and we had to come home.
It's getting hot.
Now, having said that, Big Dog here killed one, how big?
Well, he scored 143 and a half.
Bless his heart. He shot that little bitty thing. It was a cull deer is what it was. But I don't know if we can get it later. I don't even know if, does Chris have the heart shot back there anywhere? No, we'll get it up in just a few minutes. You got to see this. What kind of broadhead did you shoot?
I shoot a Grim Reaper, the 2-inch.
Listen, it's embarrassing. We show this shot. He shot the thing. I mean, it's a perfect heart shot, and we'll try to get it on there in just a few minutes, and you'll see this. So, guys, listen. What we're going to do, keep in mind, it is pre-peak and post-rut. We're dead smack in the beginning and going to the peak part of hunting the rut in the Midwest. We're down here in South Alabama, North Florida. Season just come in a couple weeks ago.
We're a long way from the rut.
Peak of the rut down here, you know, we got to wait.
2 more months, at least.
At least 2 months. And you guys will be out of it here in a few weeks. And though you're in the heart of it up there right now, we're sitting down here waiting on it. All of us, we have to go north to do it. Keep in mind, guys, the rut is from the time a whitetail buck sheds velvet all the way to the time he drops his antlers or his horns. But the peak being when the majority of the does are standing. What you're seeing in the Midwest last week, I didn't even see one chase a doe. You said you did.
Yeah, we had a couple chasing does, but it was just starting.
And we had a lot of them,
cruising.
I mean, they were cruising through. And in fact, I think we had a Facebook question asking about that tonight. So, listen, what we're going to do, we're going to come back in just a moment, and we're going to take these calls live. And, folks, what you see as we do this each week, this is a live show. This is all about you. Is as relevant, Steve, as the last question. And as you're going to see tonight, folks, and as you have seen, they call in from all over the country. This show is a 52-week show every Thursday night. Keep in mind, it's 7 o'clock, 7 to 8 Central Standard Time. So you guys in the East Coast, don't get the wrong time, and because we'll be over with. So it's 7 to 8 Central Standard Time. So I think, Steve, we're fixing to go to our first caller, and who do we got right there? I believe it's
like we got Caden, 8-year-old Caden from Williamstown, West Virginia.
All right, guys, we got William on the phone back there. All right, go and get him in just a second.
Okay.
Steve, this is a young man. I think it was his grandfather. Yep, we got him on the phone here. Don Bell, who we got?
Hi, Mr. Bell. This is Carl Pate from up in West Virginia.
Carl, how you doing, man?
I have my grandson, Caden, here.
Kate?
And you were up at Marietta, Ohio, and put on a show, and we bought a bottle of your stuff and took it out, put it out, and Caden killed an 11-point buck. So
get out of here.
Let you talk to him.
All right. Caden? Caden, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Little man, well, you just went ahead and showed off, didn't you?
Yeah.
Is it, how many bucks have you killed?
$3.
3.
You've killed 3 bucks, and tell everybody how old you are. How old are you?
8.
How old? Carl, how old is Caden?
He's 8 years old.
He's 8 years old, and he's killed how many deer total?
6.
6.
3 does and 3 bucks.
Now, Caden, when we were up there doing the seminar, and we sat down and we were talking about it, and I was telling you how to use the product and stuff. Which product did you use to shoot your? Was it 11 point?
Yeah.
You need to send Mr. Don some photographs of that. And listen, all you guys out there watching this, it's amazing. 8 years old. Tell him what you shot him with.
Crossbow.
Wow.
Shot him with a crossbow. How far was he from you?
20 yards.
20 yards. Well, how did you put your scent out?
Down the trail.
You put it down the trail? Did he come into it?
Yes.
He came in close enough for you to whack him, didn't he?
Yeah.
All right, little man. Listen, I want you to send Mr. Don and Mr. Steve a photograph of this 11 point. How much did he weigh?
About 180.
Really? Dressed? 180 dressed? Field dressed?
Yeah, field dress.
Get out of here. Good Lord, man. That's
Over 200.
That's big deer.
Yeah.
We need to come hunt with you.
Come on.
Hey, Caden, don't tease me. Anybody can shoot like you do. We need to come up there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, look, little man. In fact, you killed the 11 first, right? And
Yeah.
And then you've killed 2 this year.
Yeah.
Shot a doe during doe season.
So you shot your 11 point, then you shot your doe.
Yeah.
So this is your second 11 point.
Your second 11 point.
Yeah, this is my second 11 point.
Oh, I get it. You just don't shoot nothing but 11 points. Well, son, you're starting out pretty good. Listen, I want you to keep hunting. And hey, you remember what I told you about mine and your granddad? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You remember what I told you now. You have to pay attention. Yes, sir. No, sir. And that way you
sir.
and that's right. And that way you get to go hunting and keep killing these big 11 points. 8 years old, little man. Look, we're proud of you, and you pay attention. And the next time we come up there, we'll let you know we're in the area, and you come back and come to another seminar.
Take us hunting.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hey, folks, listen. Hey, okay, thank you for calling in. And look, Carl, make sure that we get a photograph of this deer. Can you make
Okay.
sure? Look, send it to Don at huntportland.com. Don at huntportland.com. And Carl, look, if you're not sure, we can call you back and we can give you all that information. We'll make sure that Caden gives us a photograph, and we'll put you on Facebook.
Sounds great. We'll do it.
Hey, you bet. Hey, little man, we're proud of you. You hear me?
Yes.
Okay, mighty good.
Thank
You bet, little man. You stay with it. 8 years old. That's crazy, ain't it?
That's crazy.
All right, Carl. Thank
Good
you for
job.
calling in. Kane, thank you.
Thank you for coming up and putting the seminar on.
You bet, man. We appreciate you coming. And look, tell everybody about the show if you would, Carl. Let them know that this show's every Thursday night. And folks, listen, everybody watching, this is what it's about. 8 years old. You want to know where the future of the hunting industry is?
Right there.
Right there, 8 years old. And you got to have grandfathers and fathers and moms to take these kids hunting. Kane, thank you for calling in, little man.
We was at the KG Ranch when he got that deer.
All right.
Yep.
Someone, listen, little man, when the camera runs off, I want to call you back and I want you to tell me exactly how you killed him. Must Donna learn something from you,
Yeah.
okay?
Okay.
All right, little man. Thank you for calling in. All right. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. That's crazy, ain't it?
That's tough right there.
8 years old. Now, listen, he don't stand this high.
No.
I mean, he's a little bitty boy.
Mm-hmm.
And he how many did he say he killed? 6?
6 deer, 2 this year, bucket of doe this year.
Not 8 11 point.
2 11 points.
2 11 points. That's crazy, man. Don't ask me how many I killed. Of course, he beat you. You was a big deer, but got you by one.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see here, folks. All right, we got us another caller on the phone. Who we got here? Let's see.
We got Larry from Richmond, Kentucky.
All right, let's
That's
see,
where the
Mr.
big
Larry.
boys are.
Ooh. You know what? That's where them old boys the other day we stopped on the interstate with. All right, I think I lost him in there, guys. Let's try that again. Big Larry? Nope. All right. We live. You know, Richmond. All right. All right. Now we got us a call coming in. Hey, folks, this is why they call this show live. Hang on a second. Let's see who we got on the phone. You may be surprised. Don Bell.
Yes, how are you tonight?
I'm doing good. Is this Larry?
This is Larry.
Larry, you got Don and you got Steve on the phone.
How y'all doing?
Man, we're
All
doing
right.
good. Where you from?
I'm from Richmond, Kentucky.
All right, dog. What county is that in?
It's in Madison.
You east or west of 65?
It is, yes, it's west of 65. It's actually east of 65, I'm sorry.
East of 65. We just come through the other day. In fact, we're going to have a caller in just a minute. We met some guys coming in last week from Illinois. We were coming back through. We stopped them
About Birmingham.
About
just north of
Birmingham. and some friends of Steve, and we jumped out at a filling station and gave them some product. And one of them old boys went up there, and they were up around Elizabethtown.
Something like, yeah.
Beaver
yeah.
Dam or somewhere off of WK up there, and killed a moose.
Oh, wow.
Well, Larry, what kind of question you got tonight?
Well, one of the biggest questions I think I have is, during the rut, what is the only thing that a buck will stop and eat?
The only thing he'll stop and eat?
Yeah, at any time.
Well, all
I
right.
know a lot of, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Well, I know a lot of times bucks won't eat during the rut. Pretty much, they pretty much are all wound up and jacked up, and they don't stop and eat too much. But what is the one thing that they have a choice, they'll stop and eat?
All right, let me. This is a perfect example of Larry. And if have you been able to watch the show before?
Yes.
Great. You'll hear us talk about it all the time, and we keep coming back to this. And so when somebody asks a question, I always qualify. The rut is pre-peak and post-rut. The rut's broken into 3 periods: pre,
Right.
peak, post. Peak, he's in rut from the time he sheds velvet to the time he drops his
Right.
antlers. Okay, that means
Right.
he's in rut the entire hunting season. So let's
Right.
take your question. The question is, during the rut, what will stop him to eat? Well, he eats during pre-rut, peak of the rut, post-rut. But what your question is, I think what
I
you're
would
asking.
say peak rut. I would say
Yeah.
peak rut, when he's chasing the doe.
There you go. And I knew that's exactly what you was talking about.
Yeah.
And listen, Steve, most people are.
Yeah.
When they say that,
Yeah.
they're talking, Larry, exactly what you're saying. But now let's get to the question. It's we were up in
McDonough County.
McDonough County last week, and the deer were just cruising. Larry, they were just kind of cruising. But yet I had some coming in feeding, walking. Steve I think you had one little buck.
Yeah, eating, but not much.
I mean, one little spike chasing a doe or something.
Mm-hmm.
So, not the big boys, little boys was out there. Little teenagers was running them around. But as a general rule, once there's a difference between cruising and the peak. During the peak, that's when the majority of the does are standing. Steve, they're just everywhere. There's does everywhere. So there's not a whole lot of eating going on during that peak, Larry, because what happens is they're busy. I mean, they got a one-track mind. And, the other day we had...
Like a teenager.
You're right. And you have even the mature bucks are that way. But once them big bucks starts, there's doe standing anywhere, Steve. They're not going to just cruise.
Yeah.
In fact,
that's why they lose that weight. And
the buck you shot.
Right.
Larry, this is crazy.
Eat something.
Listen, you can't make this stuff up. Steve killed this 10 the other day.
Mm-hmm.
How far was he when you shot him?
40 yards, about 40
Now watch
yards.
this. We called the old boy. He comes to get the deer.
Yeah.
Tell him what happened. You're standing there. What happened?
I'm standing there waiting for him to bring a rolling cart because it's down in the bottom. And while we're standing there, probably 30 minutes, we had 3 different bucks come cruising by looking for, of course, they're looking for does. One of them gets within 25 yards. We could have shot him.
The key to this is, Larry, he was standing in broad open, both of them.
You're standing
over a dead deer.
Yeah.
Was the dead deer hot?
No, it was a buck. He was hot.
Oh, okay.
Actually, he was getting pretty cold.
Okay.
This crazy sucker here, he shot him. I mean, we got to get the heart shot up. I mean, you couldn't photograph it better. I mean, he just took the top of the heart out. You do that. He didn't go how far?
About 25 yards.
I mean, he just fell over. He went to sleep. Blood.
Yeah.
He didn't have no blood. He just went to sleep. So
was it a bow, or were you shooting with a bow or a gun?
Yeah, it was bow. It's in Illinois. It was bow season. I think gun season doesn't come in until around Thanksgiving up there.
And you shot him. You shot him with what?
Shot a Hoyt Factor. Shot him with a bow.
I mean, what brought him?
There you go. Nice bow.
Yeah, Grim Reaper 2-inch blade.
Yeah. I mean.
Yeah.
But I mean, look. I tell people all the time, if you're gonna get shot, I'd rather be shot with a gun than a bow. Not only did he.
I say that all the time.
Hey, he shot this deer with 40 yards. He was 40 yards.
Went through it and stuck in the ground.
Shot him all the way through him, and this is a 240-pound deer.
Yeah.
All the way through him and stuck in the ground.
Sure, it goes on the ground about a foot.
Don't even, bad. I mean, of course, you see the photograph. He photographed it. To rub it in, he sends me a picture, a text. I'm up in the tree, and he's texting me, showing me this buck. And I'm thinking, I can see him on the ground. I'm thinking, dang, did he get out and go photograph him? And I took my finger. I'm not a tech guy, Larry. And I kind of zipped it out. And I said, man, that's a 10-point. I texted him back and said, that's a 10-point. In fact, they had this buck on camera.
Oh, yeah, that morning.
Yeah.
Early that morning.
And it's crazy. It's just one of those things. And so don't ask me what I shot. I didn't shoot nothing. I'm answering texts and looking at the big pictures. But to answer your question, Larry, you're during the peak of the rut, when they're cruising, starting, looking, they will eat. I mean, that good, almost what could have been a shooter the other day come in on me, walked right in on top of the trail behind me, but in front of me, but, he was just taking his time coming in. Everybody else is running. But during the dead peak, when the majority of the bucks are standing, Larry, they're one-track mind. They're going from one doe to the other doe.
Yeah, I don't know of anything that would really stop them that they would prefer. Do you?
One of them broadheads.
Well, yeah, but it's food. I just don't know of any food that would.
A Grim Reaper, right?
Hey, listen, I want to tell you something. Everybody's watching this show, and I'm bad on analogies, but look, that's sort of like spending quality time with mom and all of a sudden, I think I'm gonna go get me a snack. It don't quite work. It don't quite work that way, Larry. And
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. It's a good question though, because
yeah,
lots of times I've been out there hunting and I've seen does, bucks chasing does, and they got their head right down to the ground. They're chasing them all around, and you wonder if they're even drinking water or if they're even eating anything. And I've always been curious what to use for bait at that time. With states that allow it.
you bait. Well, look, what you're really during the peak of the rut, what you're really, when you say bait, that makes us nervous in Alabama. Of course, we get to hunt over. This year we get to hunt over corn, dog. But it's 100 yards.
Yeah, and you can't see it.
And it's got to be out of sight.
Yeah.
100 yards and
we
out
can
of sight.
be right over it.
Yeah.
I shot a doe last weekend. It's 11 yards from my tree stand over bait.
Wow.
Making me nervous, dog. Well,
it's nice though.
oh yes, it is. I mean, I mean, yeah. And I'm not saying people in Alabama don't do it, and have been doing it for a long and fishing at it. It's just not always been necessarily legal.
Right.
To do
I understand that.
Hey,
a lot of times, you got to think about the ethical way of shooting deer.
Oh, that's right.
If you're in an area where you want to draw them in, you got to do what you got to do, and if it's legal, you shoot them over bait.
No, really. But I mean, we're fixing to have to get out of this segment, Larry. But I can tell you, to answer your question, as a general rule, peak of the rut, there's one track mind. They're tracking them does. They're trying to go from one doe to another, But what you want to do, you want to hunt the doe to the food, and the buck's going to go where the doe is.
Yeah.
If the doe goes to Walmart, the buck's going to go to Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
He don't
You're
care.
Right there.
If you've been gone a while and you come home, spend a little quality time, and the baby down the hall. You married?
Yes, I am.
Got any children?
I have 2.
How old are they?
15 and 10.
All right. Well, you can remember when they were real little, and the baby cries down the room, down the hall in the dark, and you spend quality time with Mama. I don't care what you tell her, Mama. What's Mama gonna do? She's gonna get up
She's gonna go down the hall.
She's gonna get up and go to that baby. So
that's right.
So I don't care what you whispering, and she's gonna go to the baby. Well, that's the same kind of thing, which kind of sort of what you're asking. During the peak of the rut, they're chasing does, and then hunt the doe, the food, and that's the reason why you're hunting food plots. Not because the bucks are coming to the food plots, because the does are coming to the food plots.
Bringing
and
the bucks.
That's right. So
exactly.
Larry, look, we appreciate you calling in, and what we want you to do is to tell everybody about the show. And this is a 52-week show, and we'll be here every week. And call us back. Tell somebody.
I will. You guys are great.
Hey, man, we appreciate you calling in. Thank
Larry.
you, sir. Whole Kentucky down up
so
there.
Much.
You bet, man. Thanks
all right,
a lot.
You take care now. Have a good one.
You bet. Thank you, Larry.
Bye-bye.
All right. I think we're going to go to, Late Boy, Kentucky. That's fine. Ain't it?
Oh, that's a place.
Man,
nice
have
place.
mercy. Okay, so let's see. I think, do we have another caller? We're going to Facebook. Oh, we're going to go. Okay, we're going to go to a quick commercial break, guys. And when we get back, we're going to do this all over again. Be back in just one moment.
Rise and shine. It's time to hunt.
Okay, guys, we're back. Guys, we welcome back to Hunting the Rut Hotline. We're live. And, folks, this is one of those things, what you see is what you get. And sometimes it's all right.
Well, hey, sometimes
it's not. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. Hey, I think we got us another caller on the line.
I think we got a Facebook question, Don.
Facebook, okay.
And we got one coming from Josh Roberts, Winfield, Louisiana. When is the right time to hunt mock scrapes?
Josh, Steve, the best time to hunt mock scrapes is obviously I'm not being facetious with that. I'm being honest with it. Is when you make them. Now the question is, when do you make them? You make a mock scrape primarily, Steve, during pre-rut, Josh. You know, early season. All of you guys out there are hunting. You go along. You know, it's like last year. You see rubs, you see scrapes, and you go this year. There's none there. You make you some. Just get you a stick. Don't use your feet. Get your stick. Rake it out. Break your leaves out in it. If you want to make a primary scrape underneath an overhanging limb, get you some buck urine, pour in it. Get your little estrus put in it. You got a scrape.
Ready to go.
But you can make a scrape during pre-rut, and then you make one during the primary with the peak of the rut, which is underneath the overhanging limb, which is sort of like a master bedroom. That's when you want to put the estrus in it. So, Steve, what Josh needs to do is to put the buck urine in it, Josh, early season. And where's he from? He's Louisiana.
Yep.
All right, Josh, you're still using buck urine tonight, November 13th.
Yeah. So
November 13th, buck urine. Once you get on toward Christmas, Josh, you're down there in Winfield, and I think that's in South Louisiana. You can start using estrus from Christmas on.
Yeah.
So I believe we got another caller on the line here.
Yep. Looks like we got Don Harris from O'Fallon, Missouri.
Missouri. All right, let's see who we got. We got him. Is Don on the line, guys? Don's on the line. Don Bell, who you got?
Yeah, this is Don
Well,
from O'Fallon, Missouri.
all right, Big Don. I tell you what, he's got a good name.
Well, that's a
Steve.
good name.
Don, where you are you from Missouri all your life?
Yes, sir.
That's a good part of the world, man.
Big
What?
bucks.
Oh, man.
Yeah. What part?
Yep, Missouri River Bottom, in fact, right here just outside of St. Louis.
That's
Oh,
what,
wow.
we
Yeah.
went through there the other day.
Yeah, we're not far from you there last week.
Some way or another, when we go to Illinois, we kind of tour the country. We came southeast of St. Louis.
Yeah, I think so. We kind of skirted around it.
Yeah. Well, Big Don, what kind of question you got tonight?
All right, well, when you have limited time to hunt due to working or, family and everything, and you're looking to the best time to get in the woods, when is the barometer, when you're reading by the barometer, when are the deer moving the best? During rising times or falling barometers, or, when's the peak barometer reading that would favor success?
People, there's a lot of, and has been for years on the talk. If you're talking about the pressure rising and dropping, a buck's going to move. You're in Missouri. Did you get any of the snow?
We've seen some specks here and there, but we had no accumulation just yet.
Okay, no, I'm talking about with that cold front coming in.
Yeah.
Okay. And you know this, and everybody listening knows this. If you're going to have a cold front come in, or if it's going to rain, when do you want to be on a stand? You want to be on that stand just before that front comes in, or as it's coming in.
While it's changing.
Yeah, because the deer's going to feed ahead, especially if it's a bad deal.
Yeah.
They can sense that. They're going to feed ahead of it.
Yeah.
We're down here on the coast, Don, and we're literally sitting in Pensacola, Florida tonight. And
Right.
if there's a hurricane going to come, you can't go to Walmart. Because if you go to Walmart, why is everybody going to Walmart?
They're getting ready.
They're getting ready, buying food.
Getting ready.
Right. Well, these animals, and it's not just deer, it's animals in general, they're gonna feed ahead of that front. So I don't know so much that it's the dropping of the pressure or the rising as much as
When it's changing.
that's
actually.
right. It's
Yeah. It's that period of change.
the beginning part of it. They sense it, and so they want to eat ahead of it to where they can bed down through it.
Okay.
So I don't know that it's. I haven't seen any definitive stuff, and we deal with and work with and know all the boys at the universities that there's any just black and white that it's up or down. But you asked any hunter, any woodsman that's got just good woodsmanship and common sense. Don, how old are you?
40.
Yeah, well, tell me, have you found that to be true? If you had a front coming in, do you normally hunt in front of it? Or
I normally try to get out there before it comes through and like sit through the front pass and
That's right. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, yeah, and not so much on the tail end. Now, but more so
those
than
days leading up to it. If you see it pushing in.
Yeah, because if you see it pushing in like that big cold front they come through there. I mean, there's parts of the Midwest was getting 18 inches more snow the other day.
Yeah.
I mean, that's crazy. It's not even Thanksgiving. So, well, what you do is, so we're gonna run to Walmart and we're gonna get us some food to go through this front. So we're sitting around, and it's cold and bad weather for 3 or 4 days. Well, dang, it clears up. We ain't got no more groceries. We done went through the moon pies and the coffee, and we got to go back to Walmart and get us something else to eat. Well, and so they will go back on the tail end of that. So now, and Don, that's as a general rule. Now, if you're talking about during the peak of the rut, and let me qualify your question. Were you talking about the peak of the rut, or were you talking about just as
I was
general?
talking just more of the peak of the barometer.
Okay,
rising. I've always heard that as it's rising, deer get up on their feet and move.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can see it. You can see it in cattle. You go through a field the same way with I mean, it's animals in general. It's God-given. It's instinctive to prepare. And so, as a general rule, they're going to get up and feed ahead of that. And then afterwards, they bedded down. They're going to get up, Steve, and start eating again.
Yeah.
They done ate all the groceries up at the house. It's time to go back to Walmart and get something else to eat.
Right.
And preferably, they come to your Walmart stand. You know what I'm talking about?
That's what we're looking for.
You got that right. Well, look, Don, we appreciate you calling in tonight. Hey, is this first time you've seen the show?
Yeah. Yep.
Hey, man,
First time I got to sit and listen to it. I watched a little bit of it. I pulled up back videos and was watching the other day, pulling up and looking at some stuff. But this is the first time I got to watch it live.
Well, let me ask you a question. Everybody's listening to this, and look, Don, we're serious with this. We want real opinions here. Mm-hmm. This show is geared to do what you're doing because, believe it or not, Don, and Steve and I, we see this all the time. People call in. What you're asking, somebody else wants to know.
Right. We hadn't had that question. I mean, people want to know that.
People want to know,
yeah.
And they may be too scared to call in. You call in, and you're actually helping them.
Yeah, it was a great question.
Yeah, and so that's what this show's all about. So we appreciate you calling in, Don. And look, if you don't mind, tell everybody about it. It's every Thursday night.
I definitely will. I've turned my cousins onto it, too. They're up there farm hunting. I bought some of the tarsal gland and the doe estrus a week back or so and took it up there. Another thing I was going to add, I used it, and within a week when I came back, it seemed as though one buck or so on 2 different scrapes had got back into the scrape, but actually had started another one within 10 feet. He was, I don't know if using that tarsal gland in there had ticked that doe or that buck off and had made him get aggressive and put down another scrape trying to lure away whoever was in his original scrape and try to create a new one, or what caused that?
Yeah, that's territorial. I mean, he's saying, "Hey, dude, I want to tell you something, dog. This is my bedroom."
And that was on 2 different scrapes on 2 different ends of our farm, which were over 1.5 miles away.
Wow!
And got the same reaction off of adding the tarsal gland and the doe estrus to a scrape.
Yep. And listen, when you put that in there, if you want to have some fun, in fact, if you folks listen, go to our Facebook page and look at this buck on this decoy. This guy killed this buck coming into the decoy and put, I think it was Hot Mama on it, estrus. Yeah, but I'm telling you, if you want to have some fun, and Don, you ought to do this. Somebody do this out there for us. Put you a buck decoy out, put you some Hot Mama on his butt, and film the buck coming to the buck. Now you think I'm kidding you? Now he's gonna you'll see him kind of look around like, is anybody? Because his nose is gonna go override his ears. Now he'll be as confused as he'll be lost as last year's Easter egg. but eventually that nose is.
What do I got here?
Yeah, that nose is gonna win out.
Yeah.
And but it's funny. But listen, Don, appreciate you calling in.
Thank you.
Tell somebody about it.
Yeah.
And
All right, I will. Thanks very much.
you bet. We'll be back here next Thursday night, man. We'll be looking to tell somebody. We'll be, folks,
There we
listen.
go.
Hey, Don, thank you for calling in, man.
Yep.
All
Nice
right.
talking to you guys.
You bet. All right, thank you, sir. All right, big guys, I think we're fixing to do a commercial here. And, guys, we want to remind everyone, and, you know, I didn't ask Don, but, guys, we want to remind you of our sponsor. Our sponsor, the show is Hunting the Rut Hotline, and we're sponsored by Top Secret Deer Sense, 1/10 of 1% Club. And Steve, that's what's behind us here. Everybody thinks we're alcoholics. That's not. I assure you, that's not.
what it
That's
is.
not beer. I mean, that's not wine, is it?
No,
No, that's
you won't confuse it.
no. You ever pop the cap on that, you'll understand what we're talking about. What's behind us here, literally, folks. So those we have club members. This show is sponsored by the 1/10 of 1%. We have Top Secret has 12,000 bottles of this right here. Literally, this is the finest deer scent the industry's ever had. I've been doing this for nearly 30 years. This is Never Seen Oxygen. And Steve, it's a $100 bill, folks. And you notice I didn't even stammer it. It's $100. It's expensive, but it's the best. And 12,000 lucky hunters will be able to get a bottle. And the reason we call it the 1/10 of 1%, Steve, is because there's 12 million deer hunters.
12,000 bottles. Yeah.
1/10 literally will be able to get a bottle. Folks, if you want to be able to be a club member, you get to participate in new product development. You have your own Facebook page. In fact, Steve, we're running big buck contests every month.
That's right.
October,
That's right.
November, December, January, and that's right, all the way into February, because you boys up there in the peak of the rut, while you watching football, we're going to be down here in Alabama.
We're still hunting.
We still going to hunt in February down here. So you can go online, be a club member tonight. You got two shots at it. You can go in and say, hey, Steve, I want to order it tonight. You can hit just scroll down, go to the website, topsecretdeerscent.com. You can join the club tonight. Or you can actually, and we got people doing this, especially the club members are doing it, and this is a first come, first serve. You can go to the website, hit this tonight, and say, I want to be a club member, and I want the pay. You can actually order this, Steve, tonight. It'll pay for it over 4 months, and you say, hey, send it to us next October, November, and we'll secure it. Whoa, you don't want to drop that bad.
Clears out.
That would have been, that'd have been ugly, wouldn't it? Not to mention unnecessary. So that right there is a $100 bottle of the best this industry's ever seen, folks. No joke. It's Never Seen Oxygen to actually pull the buck off of the doe. Get yours tonight. Be a club member, and you can be part of the most prestigious hunting club this industry's ever seen. It's called Hunting the Rut. It is Top Secret's reserve, and you can order yours tonight. I think we got us another live caller here. Who we got down there?
Looks like we got J.C. Baxter from Flagsmith. Is that Nebraska?
It looks like Nebraska.
Yep.
Don Bell and Steve, who we got?
This is JC from Nebraska.
JC. Now, JC,
Yep.
where's Flagsmith?
Plasma, near Omaha, south of Omaha.
Boy, you got a bunch of that snow, didn't you?
We got a little bit. We got a light dusting. It's been really grueling the past couple days. Wind gusts, 40-mile-an-hour wind gusts. So it's just pretty much put everything on lockdown.
That's what it was the other day. In fact, I texted Steve the other day. I was up in a tree, and, of course, he was busy killing a 10-point, and I was texting him. And I was in 3 trees like this. The stand, it was probably 10 inches between where the stand I was in and the middle tree, and the wind was blowing so hard, JC, that it was literally bumping my stand.
Oh, yeah.
Bumping
Yeah.
it. And, of course, that was the morning I had my harness on, but my strap was in the back of the pickup truck. So I started to get down. Little Don was nervous way up there in the top of that tree. Jesse,
yeah.
what kind of question you got?
I've been using the doe and strips, and I've been putting the scent wafers along the tree line and, re-pouring stuff on it. The question is, on my drag line, when I drag it in, should I follow the tree line or should I stick to because I'm hunting a tree line that divides it's basically the tree line and cornfields. And I've been walking through the cornfields, dragging the drag line and, re-pouring the deer urine or the top secret stuff on the wafers. Should I stick to just walking the tree line
to my stand, or because I'm not seeing anything chasing yet. People, I've been getting videos from friends and stuff like that. I'm not seeing anything, but I mean, they're seeing some chasing going on. And I know if maybe the wind was killing my action mainly,
Well,
and that's probably why I wasn't seeing anything. Or
is it standing corn or cut corn?
it's cut corn now. It was
Okay.
standing. It's cut.
All right. So how long ago was it cut?
Let's see. That would have been Thursday. Last
Yeah.
Thursday.
As nearly everybody else is cut too.
Yeah.
It's
I mean, we were up there in Illinois, and man, they still had
a bunch of
a
them
lot of
so-
standing corn. Of course, when the corn's standing, they'll travel the rows. But
Okay.
so were you hunting a scrape, or did you just trail the scent in?
I trailed the scent in, and then today, because this is the first day that I've been in my stand, I've been using a ground blind on another property and just kind of walking in, and it's just the wind's been absolutely
Crazy.
disgusting, and it won't die down. Tomorrow is actually the first day where it drops below 4 miles an hour supposedly.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try to hit the stand again in the morning. And today when I turned around and looked and kind of started just getting a peripheral view, I noticed there's about three standing trees that are in the behind me about 5 yards that are scrape lines. So I was like, okay, I didn't know if maybe I should just concentrate my walking with my drag line along the tree line, the scrape line, and
Yeah.
stuff like that, just to try to keep the scent in there.
And I would.
Okay.
I mean, look, kill your human odor.
Okay.
I mean, that's something, it's a given. You want to kill your human odor, especially
Yeah.
the bottom of your shoe. And and Top Secret's got some stuff that's coming, and it's going to be
Okay.
it's going to be a game changer in that department. But we can't quite let that out of the bag yet. But you'll hear about it, and it will be a game changer. So you need to kill that human odor. But yeah, if you're going to drag scent in, you want to, in order to drag it in, you're coming in the way the deer would be coming in.
Okay.
You bow hunting?
Yep. Rifle starts Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, if you're hunting along, is this fresh rubs?
Two of them look fresh. One's I think from last season, but two of them look actually fresher this year.
Any scrapes?
Not really seeing any scrapes. I didn't really get down out of the tree and kind of look because I didn't come down till after dark.
Well,
And I saw one doe today, and she was about 66 yards out, and I was like, there ain't no way I'm taking a shot.
yeah.
And her tail went up straight in the air, and she ran off, and I was just like, so I tried to hit, a little fawn call, and I noticed something coming down the hill at me, and it was a coyote. So that's probably why she
Hey.
spooked out of the area.
Yeah, and
Hang
listen,
out.
I mean, you're not, when you hit a fawn distress, you're calling, not just calling mama, you're calling predators too.
Yeah.
But mention that last week when we were up there, I seen rubs. I didn't see that many scrapes going on. Did you?
Not hardly at all. Yeah, just a few.
Of course, it was windy like you're talking about.
Not as many rubs either as I'm accustomed to
Yeah.
seeing in Illinois. But
Yeah, I mean but we left about 4 or 5 days really before it really kicked off. But
Yeah.
but no, use your scent, trail it in. But now, when you said, JC, when you said that you put it on what did you say you put your scent on?
I put it on a drag line, just a piece of
Wafer.
string, and then I put a wafer at the end of it and pour it on the wafer and drag that wafer in.
Yeah, that's fine. And you and what you're doing is you're I don't even think we have any paper towels in here, do we?
they have foam, or was it the?
Yeah, the liquid you're using a 3-ounce liquid, aren't you?
I bought the big bottle and then I've been pouring it and taking the smaller battery
Okay.
bottle out with me.
JC, you're a club member.
Yeah.
Okay, man. Well,
Great.
dang, dog. All right, big dog. We're glad to have you. He's one of those 12,000, that
That's
1/10 of 1% club we were talking about. I want to tell you something, JC. That's crazy now. Go to Facebook and just look at the deer that's being killed with this stuff. It's crazy.
Mhm.
And that's what oxygen free does for you. But yeah, here's the only thing I do different. When you go out this morning, are you using the same wafer to go back this afternoon? If you are,
it was a brand new wafer.
there
today.
you are. Yeah, yeah.
Good, yeah.
Yeah, you want to change it because you're putting, each time you do it, you're putting urine on good to old.
Right.
And you're okay going in like you're doing, Steve, Jason, he's doing going in, that's fine. But you don't want to come back this afternoon and use the same wafer because now it's 4 or 5 hours old and you're putting good urine on ammoniated urine. JC, have you seen the deer bladder?
No, I haven't. Not
you-
yet. I've been usually I work Thursday nights. This is the first Thursday I've had off in a while.
Well, let me tell you what this is. This is, and actually the first people got this, was club guys. And so what this is a deer bladder. And I don't know if you can see your screen or not while you're talking to me. By the way, can you see the screen while you're talking to us?
No, I'm talking in a different room. I was going to watch the replay of it later.
All right, well, look, what I'm holding up showing you, you're going to be looking at it a little bit, is a deer bladder. And it retails for $29, $30, $29.95. 5 ounces, and it's got estrus or buck, and literally it's like an IV bag. Now here's the difference with it. You know how you stop and you freshen your your drag going in?
Mm-hmm.
You're doing that because you know that it's fresher where you started. Therefore you're keeping it fresh going in. All right, so let's say you get into your stand and you pour some out, right? You get up in a tree. How long do you sit in a tree?
4 or 5 hours.
All right, bingo. Boom, you pour you some urine out, you get up in the tree, and you're up there 5 hours. Big dog over here, he likes to sit in the tree all day. I'm talking about the man sitting right here beside me. He's an all-day kind of guy. So if you're sitting there 4 hours, then that urine you put on is 4 hours old. It's already 4 hours. So what is you're looking at this, and everybody is seeing this, this is a deer bladder, and Steve, they can regulate it, and you drips as fast as you want or as slow as you want. I mean, you drip it once an hour.
Yep.
And if you do that, then every time it drips, it's the first time it's hit oxygen. So you always got what?
You always got fresh estrus out there, and next year with that reserve,
right.
he'll be able to reel it.
That's right. You will actually be able to. You can reload this. It's pretty neat. And look, everybody, this is on the website now. So even though it's a 15 product, and especially the club members, JC, you can hit the website and go to it and get it. And guys, want to remind everybody, it's just like JC, this a club member tonight. Once you buy and become a club member, then you get a discount on product going forward. So pretty neat ride. But JC, when you get off the phone, you can look at this and see what we're talking about. And if not, you certainly can call us and we can talk with you one-on-one and see if we can answer that. Well, look, JC, we appreciate you calling in. Stay warm up there in Nebraska.
Kill that old big buck in Nebraska.
Send us a photograph.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey,
Will
do it and tell your friends about it, about the show. By the way, did you say this was the first time you called in?
Yeah, first time.
Hey, man, we appreciate you calling in.
Yeah. Thank you.
Tell everybody about the show.
All right, will do.
You bet. Thank you, JC.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
We got another one.
All right, we got us.
another caller.
Dang, boy, we live tonight.
We got
Who-
Travis from Wakefield, New Hampshire, way up there.
I mean, it's crazy. They calling from everywhere. All right, who we got?
Hi, this is Travis Kilroy,
Travis Kilroy.
Wakefield, New Hampshire.
Travis, are you from New Hampshire?
Yes.
Are you originally from New Hampshire?
No, I'm originally from Massachusetts.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay. I was thinking about Kilroy. I was thinking that sounds more like a southern name down there. Is your family originally from the north?
Yes.
All right. I'm going to believe you on that. What kind of question you got tonight for us, Mr. Travis?
I have a couple questions. My
All right.
first question is, I have a lot of hilly, wooded areas. What is the best place to hunt, whether it be where they bed, where they eat,
So
or
wooded-
on their trails, or on their streets?
Wood and hilly areas.
Wooded and hilly areas. Are you
Yeah.
Are you hardwood, clear cut? What you got? Cornfields.
All hardwoods.
Yeah, well, I
Not a
mean,
lot of farms or anything around here.
hardly no farms.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, you can't beat a hardwood bottom. that's the dream. What's your acorn crop like up there?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Your acorn crop? I mean, is your that's that southern accent I'm talking right there. Acorn. Is that right?
The acorns.
Yes, sir. Is it?
There's a lot of them around here.
See, and down here we're loaded up with
loaded
them.
this year.
I mean, down here in the south, we just got a bumper crop, and you can forget the food plots for a while because their bellies are full. But if you got plenty of hardwood, that's where you want to be. Are you bow hunting or gun?
Just turned fire on the 12th.
Is it? Are you rifle or are you slug? Can you slug hunt up?
Slug.
Slug.
I use both.
I mean, so you can shoot a rifle up there then.
You can, but it's hard because it's all wood.
Okay, well,
It's thick.
yeah,
It's thick.
thick. Well, look, here's what. Anytime you hunt hardwood, man, I hunt hardwood. And you
I just don't like to get right down in that bottom because that wind swirls.
Yeah,
I like to get up a little bit higher.
you get up on the up on the edge part
Yeah,
of
they'll
it.
bust you down in that very bottom.
Yeah, what Steve's saying is you're gonna get down there in that bottom, and that it's just gonna swirl. But if you got grain field, any kind of cornfield on the top end, you still, or even green fields. Do you have any kind of green fields up there that you hunt?
Where I hunt, there's not many green fields
Yeah.
now.
And a lot of people, they plant food plots and they hunt the food plots, and they wonder why they're not necessarily killing big deer. And you can kill a big buck on a green field, but if you get off that green field 100, 200 yards and let them does come by you and let them little young bucks come by you, and if you can do that, you got a chance to kill you a good buck. But you got to let them little does and them little spikes come by, them teenagers come by to be able to do that. But hey, if Travis, if all you got is hardwood, you sitting pretty. How big a hardwood is it? How big a piece of property?
We have 12 acres.
Hey, listen, are you in how big a place are you hunting? I mean, is it, what's around you? Are you in town?
No, there's about,
Little wood lots.
yeah, it's like miles and miles of woods behind us.
Yeah, man, ain't nothing wrong with that. I mean, some of the biggest deer in the country. I mean, just like the other day when we were up in Illinois, we were hunting patches in the corn. And so some of the biggest deer in the country is being killed in cities. If you want to kill a big buck, don't tell them I told you to do this, Travis, but you can go to Chicago, to O'Hare, and in the medium between the two interstates going in, if you even pull your car over like you got car problems, they'll get you. Because them deer are all in the medium, going into O'Hare. And they're not pressured.
Wow.
And I mean, the woods, you know how in the interstates they'll strip it in between the woods? Man, they'll get in there, but if you stop on the interstate, son, they'll light you up like a Christmas tree. But hey, look, short of it is, Travis, you're in good shape to hunt them hardwoods. And 12 acres, look what's coming in and out of you. And this year, kill us a buck, send us a photograph.
Okay, and I have one more question.
Yes, sir.
When is the best time to use estrus scent around this area?
Now, we're in New Hampshire. You're on. Now to the end of the season.
Okay.
Yes, sir. You can use it now. But look, trail your buck urine in with it, and if you'll do this, Travis, Steve, how you do a double drag. Mm-hmm. You can put buck urine on the back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right.
Estrus,
right.
And on the front coming in, Travis, and you got a buck trail on a doe. So this time of year, you can use both. Use buck urine every day of the year.
Especially you got foam. That's a good.
Oh man, yeah. By the way, have you tried any of the Top Secret product?
No, I have not had a chance.
Man, you can go to the website, or you can just go down, scroll below your picture here, and hit that thing, and it'll take you to the website. The difference in Top Secret is no oxygen. Dark urine. When anybody's listening, and Travis, you open a bottle of deer scent. What color is it? It's brown. The reason it's brown is because it's ammoniated. Top Secret is patent pending in 4 different ways, and the difference is there's no oxygen. So when you open it for the first time, Travis, first time it hits oxygen, it's just like that old girl standing there, or it's just like that old buck standing there. So pretty neat stuff. And you go to Facebook and you see those bucks being killed around the country, see what we're talking about. Hey, kill us a buck and send us a photograph, and you call back and let everybody know about the show. Is this your first time calling in?
It's my second.
All right. Well, we're glad to have you back, Travis, and tell everybody about the show.
Thank you, Travis.
I will. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Travis. We up there in New Hampshire. All right. I think we got us another caller.
Another caller here. We got us a local guy here, Kirk Shipper.
I think you know him, don't you?
Yeah, he's a good friend of mine from Milton, Florida.
And you're gonna see why we're putting this old boy on the show tonight.
That's right.
Big Kurt.
How about it?
Dog, we got Steve and I on.
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Kurt?
Hey, man, I'm doing good.
All right.
You sorry sucker, you go up there and shoot that little old deer. You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
Hey, somebody's got to do it.
Hey Tom, can you put the photograph up there? You got to hear this story. Steve, tell them what happened and tell them who Kurt is.
Kurt's a friend of mine. We've known each other a long time. Don and I are hunting in Illinois last week. We leave, come back. We leave Thursday morning.
Yeah.
Kurt texts me, says he's coming up to Kentucky to hunt with a group of guys. So we meet them just north of Birmingham off the interstate.
And we just coming down the road. We're coming
we're
home
coming
and they're
home.
going north.
And got some top secret to them, and they took it to camp, and Kurt killed a big buck.
Yes, sir. That's some good stuff y'all got.
Yeah, you sucker. Yeah, we go to the house and you go up there in Kentucky and shoot them little bitty deer. We're going to throw
I tell you what, we hunted, we had a 4-day hunt. It was 4 long days in the tree stand. We hunted from daylight to dark every day, except it was 5 days, but we didn't really hunt Tuesday because it got so hot. And then Wednesday it rained on us, and it dropped 30 degrees in 2 hours. So I sixed it out, and I called and got out of my stand.
So you waited to the last 3 hours to kill yours, didn't you?
I sure did. I had two different episodes with y'all's product Top Secret. I tell you what, it was neat. Unfortunately, I dropped my phone, fell off the hood of my truck and shattered, so I couldn't send you the video. But I have a video of a young buck stopping and coming back and walking up to the IV bag and sniffing it and looking and just trying to figure out exactly what it was and where she was.
Confused him, didn't it?
Sure did.
Bless him hard.
And then he come. I had on the cover scent and everything. And he come right to my ladder, and just like it wasn't anything, just went right on by me.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Now, what about the buck you killed, Kurt? Did it come to the scent, or was it?
I tell you what, he come directly from behind me. I had the cover scent, Top Secret on. I had everything, and he come from directly behind me. He was within 25 yards, and I had stopped. It was about a 100-yard wide pipeline that I was hunting, and he was coming out of the woods where no other deer had came. All the other deer crossed 200 to 300 yards below me, but I hadn't seen the first deer come out right by me. Mm-hmm. And he came out right by me. He walked right up to that bottle. I took that bottle, and when I went in, it was about 600-yard walk. So when I finally got to where I was going, out in front of my stand in the middle of that pipeline, I poured me a big circle of that stuff, and then I dripped some of it, back towards my stand, and then I found a tree to hang it on, and I just stuck that bottle, that glass bottle, over the limb. To where what was left could just drip out on the ground.
Like a Christmas bottle tree.
Absolutely. He walked right up to that sucker and smelled it, stuck his old tongue out, shook his horns in his head, and I said, "Get out of here."
Them old boys got some stuff, don't they?
Yeah. He walked out with his nose to the ground to find a big spot that I poured out, and when he got out there, he just went to looking. Of course, I didn't give him an opportunity to do a whole lot more.
I was about to say, you watched him for a while, though, sounded like.
Yeah.
How close?
It was probably, maybe a minute and a half.
Yeah.
By the time I watched him walk up and do the thing with that bottle, and I kind of wanted him to get out because I knew I had a good 100 yards, to shoot him. I didn't have to shoot him right there.
Right.
And he went out there to that circle, and he went to looking around trying to find that hot mama, is what he was looking for.
And you let him have it.
It taught him a lesson.
I tell you what, that bottle said hot mama, and I made a joke out of it. It's just good stuff. I told them boys he was looking for a hot mama.
It's named that for a reason.
I had just about 2 hours before that I had sprayed down with cover scent as well. And maybe not even that long. Maybe about an hour I'd sprayed, with my cover scent. And
Well,
I tell you what, y'all
Kurt,
got some awesome products.
let me
I
tell
can't
you.
wait to see what the future holds for you guys.
Well, let me tell you something. The answer to this, I think, is yes. But don't say what it was. Did we give you some of the odor stop stuff?
Absolutely.
Guys, what he's talking about is, and Top Secret is introducing a new product at the ATA show in January that's going to change, literally, the odor stop industry. And I don't know if you guys listened and noticed, but how far did you walk in? 600 yards?
600 yards.
How close was he when you shot him?
25. Well, he came out at 25. He was about 50 when I shot him because I let him get on out in that pipeline.
Yeah.
Well,
He got out there to where I sprayed to where I put the main bottle of that Hot Mama Estrus out, and that's where he stopped, and that's where he ended up laying down. He sure thought he had her. He didn't know what happened, probably.
That's, if you think about it, it ain't right, is it? It just,
Well.
it ain't right. Well, look,
We appreciate you, Kurt.
yeah,
well,
man.
there was probably 3 or 4 bottles left
This
over, and I
one's
left it with them guys. I said, look, y'all, there was 2 in my cabin. I said, there's 2 of them bottles left in that cabin. Give it to them boys, let them look it up. And our website and everything's on there. If they need to know more information, or if they just can't stand it, they got to order it by the case, just tell them to call us. We'll ship it to them.
I know it is
There you
crazy. It really is. Kurt, which one were you? Were you standing by you?
Yeah, he's
At
the
the-
one. Yeah.
You-
He hurt his shoulder. Had his shoulder.
Oh, yeah, you were the big ugly one, weren't you, Kurt?
Yeah, we kind of look like twins.
Oh, you quick too, aren't you?
Yeah,
Quick guy. Yeah, he's funny.
he's a big old boy.
big old boy. All right, Kurt, look, we appreciate you calling in, dog. And
Hey, I'll tell you one more thing. Several of us used the pump, the phone.
Yep.
It was nice. I ended up taking me a gallon-sized Ziploc bag, which was overkill, but I just didn't want to get any of it at all in my, bag. So I took that pump sprayer and went through there pumping, and that was nice to not have to worry about dripping.
Right.
And,
Yeah.
I like
and,
the phone.
and it running back down the bottle and getting on your hands and stuff like I've done for years.
That's
and I
right.
sprayed it, and then when I got to my stand, I put that cap back on it, and then I just put it in this gallon Ziploc bag and rolled it up, put it in my backpack, and I left it just like that. And when I'd opened it up, the bottle wasn't wet like every other time that you have to use.
That's right. And the key to that, Kurt, is, and guys, what Kurt's talking about, he's talking about this foam right here.
Yeah.
And the neat thing about that, Kurt, each time you foam it, it's the first time it sees oxygen. So,
so it's
if you're
pressure all the
walking,
way to the stand.
yeah, 600 yards, think about it, folks. First time Kurt, he foams it, it's the first time it hit oxygen. 15, 20, 30 yards, he foams it, hits oxygen. 30. So each time he does it, it's just like a doe just urinated. In fact, when we were in Illinois, what's that thing called? That scooter?
Oh, that
boy.
Quiet Cat.
Quiet Cat. This guy's, they're from Colorado.
Yeah.
They got this thing called Quiet Cat. It's like a
Little electric scooter.
yeah. He come into the camp and told us how he put his out, Kurt. He said he got the scooter, it was electric, and he's just riding through the woods, foaming. He wasn't even walking. He was just scooting through the woods, putting his stuff out.
through the cornfield.
Well, I learned from the first book that I videoed coming to my tree. I stopped it out there from my tree because I was scared he was coming up in my tree stand. I got video to prove it.
Send it to us, man. Hey,
Yeah. I had
listen.
to stop it out there about 25 yards. I didn't want one of them big ones to climb in the tree with me.
I want somebody to do this, and I'm telling you, you need to do it, or we're going to have to do it and show it to you. Get you a buck decoy and put you some estrus on it and film it. That nose is going to wind out. Now, he's going to look goofy, and he'll look around and double check and see if anybody's watching. But that old boy, that nose is going to win. And if you've never done it, you need to try it. It's amazing.
That sounds like something else we need to video.
Yeah,
That's right.
that's right. But look,
Well, guys, I appreciate y'all going out of your way and stopping at the store to give us some product to try out. And like I said, there were several of us up there, and some of them boys actually got to stay. They worked it out to stay an extra day. There's 4 guys still up there, so
Lord have
still
mercy.
yet to report back. But
You just got into
if they
that.
have a story, I'll make sure that we get y'all
Hey,
the
man,
information.
we appreciate
We appreciate it,
it.
Kurt.
Good to talk to you, and
Glad you got a big one.
That's right. And I mean a bigger
Absolutely. I got some good pictures I sent Steve. The first few pictures I sent you was out in the field. We got back there to the camp. It got a little bit dark. We was hunting in
We got the photograph of
County,
that deer?
Kentucky at
Is it up?
Falls of Rut.
Oh, they can see it. All right.
Yeah.
Great. I think Tom, they can see the big buck he's talking about.
Yeah.
All you consumers out there looking at that rascal, bless his heart, Kurt,
They put him down. That was a big old body
that's
deer.
a big
too.
old deer. You were thinning out the gene pool, wasn't
That's
you, Kurt?
That's right. That's right. Yes, sir.
That was a cull buck, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's right. All right. Well, listen, we appreciate it, man. Appreciate your friendship, and send us some photographs.
All right. Thank y'all.
See you, Kurt.
All right, man. Thanks. All right, guys. Listen, we appreciate you coming in tonight, guys. It's amazing how quick an hour will go by in it. I mean, we
Already
just
passed enough.
yeah, we just got started, and of course, now this is the beauty of doing hunting the rut the way that we do this. This thing's live, and if you notice tonight, we didn't get. Did we get to any Facebook questions?
Well, we got one.
We got
That's
one. The show grows each week, Steve, and we want everybody to invite up. Signal set. I'm telling you, it's live. Old Don keeps forgetting to hit that button.
phone.
Turn that sucker off. Guys, look, we want you to know that we start every Thursday night hunting the Rut Hotline with Don Bell. You got questions, we got answers. You can call in at 7 o'clock Central Standard Time every Thursday night. And if you'll notice these old boys calling in, some of them's the first time, some of them's the second time, Steve. They're telling their friends, and that's the way this show's going to grow. This show is about your questions. You're hearing Kurt's story. You're hearing an 8-year-old story.
Mm-hmm.
Think about that.
Yeah. Experiences.
8-year-old boy killed 2 11 points already. And then you get old Kurt going up there and killing a big old moose like he did.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
Right over the hot mama.
That's right.
Great.
So this show's about you. It's about what your questions. And Steve, it's always as relevant as the last questions asked. So, guys, we appreciate you calling in. And we'll see you next week at 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock.
And call your friends, and we'll see you next week at 7 o'clock. And we'll do this thing all over again. It's Hunting the Rut Hotline. You got questions. We're going to have some answers. We'll see you next Thursday night, 7 o'clock.
From Don Bell, the founder of Code Blue, comes Top Secret Reserve Doe Estrus, the finest doe estrus ever collected. Top Secret oxygen-free collection process is a complete generation above Code Blue. Our patent-pending collection process means no ammonia and no ammonia smell. At a limited quantity of 12,000 bottles, only 0.1% of hunters will be lucky enough to add Top Secret to their arsenal. Visit TopSecretDeerScent.com today and join the 0.1% Club.